We've just finished week 5. I just thought I'd come in and check in with you lot. I did 5 days of my morning pages out of 7. There was a point where I was like, why am I writing my morning pages when I should be working on my website? It somehow leads to what the book calls page and a half truth point. I realised that when I don't have anything to say, I just like talk about my previous conversations that I've had or experiences, and then that somehow leads to a deeper thought. My mindset about business is actually a very unhealthy and unbalanced one. I never really understood the quote, never mix personal relationships with business. And I actually expressed this with one of my friends yesterday, and they said, yeah, it kind of muddies the water a bit, because when you're in business, you want to be able to have that authority and get things done. But then I kind of see it like, if you get to know the person and you've got like a deeper connection with them, you understand them, surely it will be easier to resolve the problem together without hierarchy and still be professional about it. Because at the end of the day, you know, you've got deadlines to hit. Why not introduce a more friendly environment with less authority but more authenticity? I realised that is an actual chance for me to learn from. What was a little bit out of the norm, my artist date and my synchronicity kind of merged into one. Yesterday I was just like in the library with my little one, a stay and play, and I wanted to find out more information about businesses. It turns out that they do. The lady that I managed to bump into was also the lady who was running it, and she gave me words that there is a course today, which I went to, and this course was absolutely amazing, like 3 hours long, but it gave me literally all the business basics. So it just shows the power of talking out loud about the things that you're looking to build or do. You honestly never know where a conversation will lead. Week 6. How many days have I done this week of morning pages? 3 out of 7. It's been a little bit hectic, I'm not going to lie, but my mind has been a bit blank when it comes to morning pages, and I sometimes feel like, no, I just want to get on with the work. So that's kind of taken it back. Did I manage to get my artist day in? There were some things that I've already committed to, so going to an art exhibition opening, as well as an hour just to eat at a slightly fancier space by myself. Had chips and ice cream. I'll take it. They're my artist days, even though I've not had much time. Were there anything else that's kind of like significant for my recovery? Accepting that I am where I am now and I'm always going to be growing, even more so this week when I was putting my portfolio together. But I need to remember to be true to my gut instincts. I'm a bit in between feeling vulnerable but at the same time trying to portray myself as a professional. Being able to show how I can solve a problem is also going to show how professional I can be in the illustration world. It is currently week 7. A lot has happened this week. This is also the week that I went to Bologna. How many days did I do this week? Morning pages, 0 morning pages. Most of my week has been abroad, and I find that when I go out of my routine, my morning pages, waking up early, all of those routines also go out. Did I do my artist date? Kind of. I can kind of see this whole thing as an artist date, really. We went to Bologna, which is Italy. I took myself out to eat gelato, pizza, go to bookshops, talk to illustrators. If that's not a massive artist day, I don't know what is. I'm just so in love with what I do right now. I think this week's chapter really spoke to me to listen, to not aim for perfectionism. I mentioned it in week 50 video about just turning up, just being the best as I can right now and just moving forward, continue to educate, continue to show my work. There were loads of synchronicities this week, but there is this one that stuck out the most. I was in seating waiting for a portfolio review. Luckily, there was this another portfolio reviewer who said, I am free for one more person who wants to come. And because I was literally in the first in line, I think everybody else is kind of like just waiting. I was just like, I'm free. That was the least expected and unplanned portfolio review, yet it was the most constructive with the work that I actually had. Not saying that the other portfolio reviewers were not useful, but Elizabeth actually looked at my work and actually gave me feedback based on the work that I had. So what a powerful synchronicity. Another synchronicity was actually meeting Felicita Sala. We were literally talking about a friend's question. The question was, if a reviewer gives certain criticism, like how much to take it on board, how much do I change? Do I change even if I love my portfolio? She said, look, you just need to do what you feel in terms of going with the criticism only if you feel that that criticism is right. So yeah, always go with your gut feeling. I think that kind of makes sense because it's such a fine line between business and personal work. I think I need to be clear that my personal work comes first and then business. If my business is in line with my personal work, who naturally likes my personal work, that's the business that's just going to be so sustainable, and that's the aim. I've learnt that there are so many styles in the whole world. Some people will not like your work, but loads of people will also love your work. And my job is to filter out and find the people who will love my work. Even though I don't exactly know exactly what that style or that of my creative voice is, one thing I did really pull out is I need to draw. I need to draw so much. I need to really figure out what makes me happy and excited artistically, which is the plan for this year.